Welcome to this new Visual Basic lesson. In today's lesson, we will learn about the Visual Basic timer control. I have started a project, named it VB Timer Control Project. And in this project, we will learn how to display the date and the time of the local computer. So to do that, all we have to do is grab a label. I'm going to grab this label, press Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, and make it bigger. Go to the text property and remove that. Then go to the name and change it to LBL date time. Okay, I'm gonna double click the form to create a load event. It's not working. Let me click here. Alright. And in order to display the date or the time of the local computer, all we do is the following. So text equals, and I'm going to use the now property, and here I have all these methods to use. I'm going to press the dot. Alright, the first thing I'm going to use is the toString. Alright, let me make this bigger so that you can see. Alright, so I'm gonna run it, and there it is. So here I have the month, December 12th, okay, 13 is the date, 2016 is the year, and here I have the hour, the minute, and the seconds, and here it's telling me it's morning time. Alright, I can also display the date to long date string. I'm gonna run it, and here it's giving me the date. Today is Tuesday, December 13, 2016. I can also use another format. I can say to short. Okay, short date string, and I'll run it. And here it's giving me a different format, just the month, the day, and the year. Okay, I can do the same with the time. So say to long time string, and click here, and here it's showing me the time, 9:33:14. And notice something, that the seconds are not working. Okay, so it's showing me the local time, but it's not, the seconds are not incrementing, and that's why we need the timer control, as we will show you shortly. So I'm gonna just show you another format, to short time string, and let's see what kind of result we get. And here it's giving me the hour and the minute without the seconds. Alright, so I'm gonna come here and comment this out, go back to my design view and look for the timer control, and here it is, drag and drop it. And as you can see, the timer control does not stay on the form, and therefore the user cannot interact with it. So it's invisible for the user. The only one who can interact with it is the programmer himself. The timer control allows us to perform a task at a specified interval, or to wait for a specified length of time. This timer control is very useful when we want to execute certain applications after certain interval. The timer control comes with very few properties. So if we click it here and come here, we have only these properties here, very few properties, and the most important properties are the enabled property and the interval property. And basically the enabled property is used to get or set whether the timer is running, and by default, as you can see, it's set to false. Now when it comes to the interval property, it is used to set or get the time in milliseconds between each tick. Now usually we use the seconds, not the milliseconds, and therefore I'm going to put it to 1000 milliseconds, which gives me 1 second. Alright, let's learn how to use the timer control. I'm gonna double click it and come here and say the following. I'm gonna say me.lbl that text equals now that to string. Alright, the difference here is that I want the timer to give me the date and time of my local computer in every tick. Let's run this, and it's not showing me anything. And the reason is because I need to come here and make sure I have this enabled. So now it's enabled. I'm gonna run it again, and now it's working. So I see the seconds incrementing and working. So this is the way we display a watch, or we display our date and time on the form. I can also work with the start and stop methods. So what I do here, I'm gonna grab two button controls. I'm gonna say start to this one, and go to its name property and call it btn start, and copy paste and come here and say btn stop, and go to its text property and say stop. Alright, I'm gonna double click the start and say me that timer 1 that start. Okay, and go to the stop and say me that timer 1 that stop. Okay, let's run it. Okay, when I click stop, we should see that the watch stopped working. Alright, as you can see, it stopped. Now if I want to start it again, I'm going to click start, and of course it doesn't pick up from 37, it picks up from whatever time is now. Okay, let's close this. Alright, so this is basically the main things you can do with the timer control. Real life scenario, maybe you can use it in tests and things when you want the user, for example, to answer certain questions, then take him to another form, and you set time for him. For example, after 20 seconds, if he doesn't answer, then basically he will be stopped, or he will lose the session. So you will, for example, give him a message saying that your time is over. Alright, let's take a label for it here and go to its text property and just remove it. It will disappear, and grab some radio button controls. Alright, and let's assume this is a test and the user has to answer certain questions within 10 seconds, and after answering these questions we will take him to another form. So I'm gonna add a form, and just leave the name form 2, and probably we'll throw a label here to say form 2. Alright, Okay, so let's go back to form 1. I'm gonna comment this out. I'm gonna go to the top and say the following. I'm gonna say private int count as integer equals 10. I'm also gonna declare a private variable here, another private variable, and I'm gonna say frm as form2 equals new form2. Okay, let me comment this out and comment this out and come here, and I'm gonna say the following. Where is my tick? Right here. I'm gonna say me that label2, which is this one, that text equals int count, which is this one, that to string. Alright, so basically we're gonna use the label2 to show the numbers decreasing. So we're gonna start from 10 and we're gonna go all the way to 0. After 0 we're gonna close or hide the form from the user and send him to form 2. Alright, meaning his time is over. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna say int count minus equals 1. So we're gonna decrement or decrease the number by 1. So I'm gonna say if int count equals to -1, then timer that enabled timer 1 that enabled equals false. Alright, false. Then we're gonna take him to form 2, so we're gonna say frm that show, then we're gonna hide the form 1 from him, so we're gonna say me that hide. Okay, click start, and there we can see it's decrementing, it's counting for us, and when it reaches 0, alright, now form 2 is up and form 1 is hidden. And basically this is a simple example of how to use the timer control in Visual Basic. And with this we come to the end of this lesson. I thank you for watching and you have a good day.